Okie dokie. So, since we talked about racism, and I always talk about making sure that I do coping strategies anytime I'm talking about things that are impacted around my own identity. And so, what I'm going to do now is to give you a strategy for literally a simple strategy for coping and responding to the emotions that might come up related to parts of your identity that can be oppressed, or even the emotions that come up. And so, one of the things that you can start with is observing the emotion and what it's doing in your body and where you stand in relation to that emotion. So, for example, you might say dealing with or talking about oppression brings up anxiety that feels like I am stuck or overwhelmed with the fact that it will hurt or harm myself or other people within my identity so that they will feel attacked or harmed. And so that's what the emotion is bringing up for me. It's bringing up these things that may be outside of me or outside of my control. Then what I'm going to try to do is to really think about that emotion coming and going throughout my body and trying to imagine this emotion almost like a wave. And if you just saw what I just did and naturally breathed in and breathed out, it's like a wave flowing through me, and it may have knots throughout my body that need for me to breathe in a way that will acknowledge that knot, speak to it as true, and then release it through my breath. And so really giving myself the opportunity to acknowledge the emotion, observe what the emotion is doing throughout my body, standing with the emotion and the impact of what may have triggered it, and then allowing my body to literally let go of it, to remove it by flowing and acknowledging where it flowed, where it got stuck, and then breathing and doing some breath work related to letting it go and letting it out. So every emotion is very different. Every emotion knocks on a different part of our body and a different part of our minds. And so finding ways to acknowledge, to breathe, to bring out the emotion, what's coming up for you, and then letting it go. All right, everybody, that is a quick strategy around mindfulness and a little bit of emotional regulation. And so today, this wave of emotion related to oppression, I released from my body. Be well.